Joe, as far as right now, a lot of people want to know about the whole YG being signed to 400. Let's talk about that. Talk to me about how that started, how it started.
That shit,
Give us the rundown.
hey, that was a great experience, no lie. Shout out to them boys, 400 boys. You already know. Nah, yeah, fucking. I mean, it had to be random, dog. I was literally turned up. You know what I mean? With the boys, it was my birthday, and old boy's manager hit me, FaceTime like, well, he hit
YG's
up,
manager?
yeah, he hit my boy up like random, like, hey, fool, like, my boy hits me up like, hey, this fool's asking for, your number, like, hey, SadBoy, Loko, this and that. Like, he said, what do I do? I'm like, motherfucker, well, give him my number, fool. You know what the fuck? You fools give him to all these fucking.
Yeah.
He's like, handle. All right, and then next year, I'm turned up, going about my day. It's my birthday weekend, mind you. So,
Yeah.
fucking, and then old boy hey, manager hits him up, like, hey, FaceTime, like, hey, what's up? We fuck with your music. And then he hops on it, and then boom, like, hey, what's up? We over here at the Philippines, but when you come back, like, we fuck with your music, hop and make us get in the studio. Motherfucker, like, fuck it, I didn't think nothing of it. Like, I'm like, oh, this fool's probably turned up, like, whatever, we tripped, like, when we fucking hung up, it was like, what the fuck, like, no, what the fuck? Hell yeah, YG, this and that, like, but it was like, we were drunk, yeah, it was like, all right, what, that shit happened?
You guys
Like,
woke
damn
up
near
like,
you wake up,
yeah.
like, wait, did it? Oh, shit, like,
Yep.
so I'm not thinking, I'm like, fuck, what if it don't? Like 2 weeks later, literally, fool, boom, pull up to the studio, and that's when they played like that Don't Come That Late beat and all that. It was blank, It's
So what was the song that they listened to, bro?
gang
What the,
signs.
is that what they listened to?
Yeah, like they were like out there just scouting fools out, And
Yeah.
I guess they ran across gang signs, and it just
So out of all the fucking homies, all the cholos, all the Chicano rap, you stood out.
somehow, some way,
That's
I'm
a fucking accomplishment, homie.
gang signs, and I'm still here, The
Because
video, he ran into the video, that I'm still here video, but once he like gang signs was like, oh shit. When
cause I'm still here. That was a record about you being stabbed, right?
Simon,
A record that where somebody had an attempt on your life, right?
yes sir.
And that was before any being from any label or anything like that, right?
Nah, it was
Now,
just
Gang Signs was a visual track or was it an audio
audio,
track?
audio.
And by them listening to that, that's how they found you.
Yeah,
That's crazy, bro, to think that that song was probably buried somewhere on YouTube, like way
buried.
at the bottom of the barrel.
Barry, you just no algorithm, nothing then, dog. So it was just random, and then de ahí salió todo eso, you know what I mean? Toured and
That's
all that.
huge.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's huge, bro, because there's a lot of homies, bro, that been working longer than you and for a very long time and don't be noticed like that. So, I guess it's about quality music.
Quality, I mean, just consistency, dog. At that time, I was hungry. I'm still hungry now, you know what I mean? Fuck all that, but it would like, when every artist has it, when you're starting up, it's like, fuck that.
I'm better.
I'm getting this shit. You hear some shit, you want to get sicker, you know what I mean? It's like the competition for that shit, you know what I mean? So I was just dropping this shit.
Now, they told you they were in the Philippines, and then when they come back, they were going to talk to you, right? What was that conversation about, bro? Walk me through that.
It wasn't even damn near a conversation. It was damn near like when you go to a job and it's your first day, like it was a studio where we met up, So being in the studio, they just like, what's up? Like, they play me a beat, but I'm like, fuck, damn near like, what the fuck do I rap about? Like,
Yeah.
At that moment, I didn't know it was I'm still here that triggered all this and shit. I'm just like, oh shit. So I'm like, what do you want me to do? He's like, oh, do yo, I'm still here shit. Yo, I'm still here shit. I'm like, fuck.
And
Say less.
Do you think that's one of your good songs, or was it like whatever?
That was to me now as an artist, it's like any artist, like when you evolve as an artist, it's like, oh, I could have done better. There's no artist that doesn't go through that, dog. Like,
Facts.
I still hear some of this shit that I just dropped for the hood, and I'm
I
like,
could top it.
fuck, I should have just said this. I should have done that. Like, it's just perfection, my boy,
Facts. Now, they signed you to a deal or a partnership, or it's just come along for the ride?
Nah,
Or
I was signed. I had a full-on deal through them. It was all through Universal y todo, so it was cool. Like, Like I would record at the Universal. It was, man, yeah, you can already imagine. It was a Universal Studios, and then just puro homies, dog. That's madre y medio,
Blacks and browns.
It was damn near right there. It was just me. They would come in and check in on me. You know what I mean? Like, cause it was like down here, like, all right, make sure you work.
Yeah.
But after then, I would turn in like 3-4 songs of studio sessions. So, all right, this fool works. So, like, and I was hungry, mind you. Like the first day that I recorded in their studio, like right there, I did that Don't Come to LA, and I did 3 other jams.
Now, was that a life-changing deal? Or was that a deal where it's like you didn't take the opportunity, right?
Yeah, that and that, my boy. Both of those is yes to both of those. It was a life-changing experience, like life-changing deal, because it gave me the platform that I have now. I can't say that
Got
I was
you.
before. I was my boy. Shout out to YG for that shit.
It turned you into a somewhat mainstream artist.
Mainstream artist and a bigger artist, a bigger platform that I had, because I didn't have the ears
that you have now.
That I have
the fan
now.
base,
You feel me?
So how was the bag?
The
not
bag,
to pocket watch, not to do none of that shit, but just to motivate motherfuckers.
like, my boy, you're going from the hood, dog. You're going from the hood. You see whatever, if you travel whatever, but there's a certain when it's legit. And then it's that, and you can walk up to that motherfucking bank, and they just give you that check, and like,
damn, is that for me?
how you get there?
Right.
That lady thought down there I stole that shit. You know what I mean? Is this you? You got an ID? She had to give her like 2 IDs and shit. One was expired, but it still counted. But literally, and no, y pa acabarla, that first check that they ever gave me wasn't signed.
Oh,
So it looked even nuttier, and I'm like, nah, I'll come back. I'll come. Man, homie, for that account I drove. You gonna come back? I'll drive over there right now, homie. Let's roll.
to get it signed, yeah, because they won't even make the phone call no more.
So the next day, I'm like, no, I'll be back the next day. The next day, hell yeah. Now I knew it was signed, so you gonna catch this motherfucker,
So I'm gonna ask, what was the first purchase you made when you got that check, my boy?
I bought my jefa a car.
Oh,
Nice. I didn't spend it on me, dog. My first check, I didn't spend it on me. I took care of the jefa and the fam. He asked me the same thing, like, what you gonna do with this fatty? I was like, shit, you want me to be honest with you, or you want me to lie,
Yeah.
He's like, nah, like, I'm gonna take care of the jefa, dog. We ain't doing so good, so this it's for the casa, dog, the pad, we gonna take care of the pad, the fam bam. He's like, that's right. Like, as a man, respect that,
That's dope. That wasn't the only check you received, right?
Nah. Now the second check, eso sí me agarré yo solito. He just took care of me and my kids. You're on heat.
Yeah, you take care of yourself. I got you.
Mando.
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. I mean, homies dream about shit like that. You know what I mean? So to be able to do that, that's a big accomplishment. Now,
Gracias a Dios.
yeah, gracias a Dios. So were you able to bring anybody aboard, bro, or was that a you only deal?
It was, they signed me, but like, fuck, at the moment, fuck, I was taking homies in there to try it all out and all, like, shit, even that album that had like features from Max and all, like, homie, you know what I mean? But it was like, fuck, like, even me, dog, I was a dumbass at that day business-wise, Yo tava like, mind you, they just signed a homie from the gutter, dog, so it was like, you're taking me here and placing me, I'm in a room full of homies one day, and now you're taking me and throwing me in a fucking room full of like celebrities and motherfuckers that are someone in the game,
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so shit, if I could do that now, my boy, in business wise, fuck.
So you're saying that your mindset was different back then to now.
Estaba bien pendejo back then, if I would say it right.
So
dog,
you didn't. So now looking back, you're like, damn, I lost a lot of opportunities because my mind wasn't right.
My mind as a, I was evolving. I was a morro, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, that time it was just partying. I'm like, it was a party almost every fucking day. It was a blur,
So instead of taking care of business, you were just going with the flow.
Going with the flow, partying, not taking advantage of networking and, this fool's right there. Let me, what's up, dog? Let's crack and that's it. You know what I mean? It was just
And you know why? Because you're thinking that it ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, you're living for the moment.
Living for the moment.
And you should always live and move thinking of your future.
There you go. So let this be a message to every motherfucker watching. When you got an opportunity like that, think of the future. Think of a 5-year plan, bro. Don't
10.
think of today. Yeah, 10.
10.
Don't think of today because you got a deal today and you getting the bread and you spend it all. The deal might be over tomorrow, bro.
Amen.
You feel me? So Were you able to build anything off of that
Fuck.
after?
I mean, just me. I built my brand, you know. After that, I didn't, like, at the time, I didn't even have a brand, you know. I mean, sad to say, tuve que tomar mis pinches vacaciones. And then from there, I'll tell homies, dog. Saddest, even Trip. I just remembered, and I just, like, luckily one of the homies called me, and he's like, hey, fool, I seen that. Because I was in there telling homies, like, if they ever let you out, what you going to do? I was like, if I ever like, get let out, dog, I'm taking over this shit. I'm going to try to hit the charts and shit. That's a fucking goal for me, you know?
Yeah.
And when they call me, guess who I know you seen that? He's like, I'm proud of you, motherfucker. And I'm like, shh. There. My promises are complete. Ya no les debo nada.
Facts. Hey, so now this deal with YG, right? Did they let you do whatever you wanted to do as far as like music, as far as like style? Did they have any like, hey, bro, you got to switch this up or you got to do this?
Now, right, it was with them. It was like, well, mind you, my first day there, I did like 3 songs, so it was damn near like, oh, you can do 3 songs a day, huh? All right, so it was now. Well, the day that I did one, it was like,
You shot yourself in the foot.
What's
yo.
going on over there, dog? Like that was when they would come and check in, like to the studio, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh shit. So I was just drop shit, dog. I was my evil waste type of shit. I was like, that song. It was based off fucking turned up Hennessy all dayed out, like 3 Henny bottles at the motherfucking studio. I'd leave my Hennies right there, like, hey, don't touch this shit with my name taped on the motherfucker.
Damn.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Rugged.
at Universal, and they were like, SadBoy, Loko. They're probably like,
Who the fuck is it? The janitor? Is this a janitor?
palabra, dog. You know what I mean? Serio. Hey, you ain't lying.
Okay, so listen, a lot of people are saying that YG left you hanging.
Nah.
Hold on. Before we get into that, what happened? Why are you not on that label anymore?
I mean, I evolved as an artist. I mean, it was a platform that, like, I shout out to the boy. Like, now if you really think about it, like, I learned how to fly. If I could tell you like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I learned how to fly. So it's like, ¿pa qué voy a llegar a now trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you basically did what you did. A man is supposed, a boss makes another boss, homie. You feel me?
Facts.
And gracias. You know what I mean? Shout out to him, you know?
So what you're saying is that you completed your deal,
My deal.
and then after you completed your deal, you felt that you didn't need a deal no more.
Well, it wasn't that I needed a deal. I took a vacation, you know? So it was.
Okay, so this is when you went to
I
to jail.
went to jail. So it was my deal damn near expired in there. I had that deal with Empire and everything. I had just dropped my evil ways. It was, you know what I mean?
So before you went, you were still on a deal.
Yeah.
And then in there, se acabó.
Se acabó el corrido. You know what I mean?
So that's when people are saying that YG left you there, in there, right?
Nah, yeah.
Speak
Well,
about
I'm
that.
pretty sure that's what people are saying. But nah, let me clear for you guys. That homie right there, that fool, that shot, I give him respects to him as a man. Like, and the reason is, when I was locked up, he paid for one of my lawyers. I had 2 lawyers fighting that case. You feel me? So for another man to break bread and then, here you go. That's one. The other reason, when I was there, anybody that's been there, homie, you know, you see the homies even talking about it now in other podcasts. When you're in jail, everybody forgets about you, especially when you're
Facts.
about to do a fucking
Bid.
motherfucking time, my boy. You know what I mean? These 180s, yeah, that's cool, you know what I mean? But my boy, when you're facing a number y no sabes lo que te va a pasar, ahí cambia la situación, you know what I mean?
Facts.
And people will forgive you, forget you, dog, lo que caiga, dog, you know? And it's like, so, I mean, pretty sure most people thought like just like everybody else, you know what I mean? That, oh, he's done up.
So do you feel like he should have bailed you out?
I mean, I'm glad he didn't, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, first he couldn't. Let me answer that too. He couldn't. That charge, you can't get bailed out for those type of charges. Like, it's a no bail. Like, I even tried to do the bail arraignment. Chales, they shut me down. So
Remind those people what that charge is.
that shit was an attempted murder, dog, you know? So
Check it out. I've been waiting to try out this gunshot. It's a different effect. You said it was for what?
an attempted murder. 664-187/187.
There you
feel
go.
me? So like I couldn't. I tried. Like my boy, they were already getting it ready, all that, and I kind of fucked up. Me too. Like because you know the phones be in there. So it's like yo, I was get that let him know what's up. Boom, my
So
boy.
you were on it.
I was on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were 400, dog. That shit. I mean, that ain't. You know what I mean? That shit's what? Come on, dog. So I was like,
How much? Oh, so there was not even a tag on it. There was not even a price.
no, it was a 1 million something. You know what I mean? But you know, if that shit goes 10%, whatever the fuck, so it's not. You're not gonna break all that.
Yeah, 10% of
So-
what a milli is. What, like 100 G's?
100 bands or so.
Yeah.
So, but then yo de pendejo on the phone. Then next thing you know, it bumped up. Now it's a 2.
Damn.
So this like, and then, well, try what fuck. I'll do turning this many albums. Fuck it.
Oh, that's what you were saying?
Oh,
fuck.
I don't give
so
a
you were
fuck.
promising
Like,
shit.
I'm like, homie, I'll
Ooh.
turn in albums. I don't give a fuck. That ain't shit. By the time I come out with this, I'll have a packet of fucking lyrics. Vámonos. And even then, they'll hit the pad and ready to take my lyrics.
So you wanted
and
to get out, bro.
I'm like, fuck, I'm out. What the fuck? I'm just signed everything. And I'm like, fuck, like, no, this madre y medio.
Is that what they wanted to do, or you were just throwing it out there?
Now I was like, well, I was a motherfucker at the time, you know, like shit. So it was like, well, you gotta get the boy out, So it's like, pero al último, when we hit that bail arraignment, they said, chale, shut down. So it was, ahí fue todo. And it was like, do the time. But at the end, it was time. It was cool because you know what I mean?
So at that time, he couldn't. Okay, so it's not that he couldn't. No, it's just that the judge changed it.
He couldn't bail me regardless.
So there was no bail. Your deal was about to be over. Everybody thought you were going to be washed up.
Yo, for sure.
So there was no point of him re-signing you, bro, because it was like, for what? This fool might never come out.
Yeah, you're not gonna do no videos. You can't really push it. Nada. You can't do nothing behind that album.
There you go. Facts. Now, what happened with that case?
Gracias a Dios, boom, you know, that shit got fucking beat down. They couldn't do shit to that shit, you know what I mean? The government and the system is crooked, motherfuckers, you know, so pónganse las pilas, dog, you know? That should be grimy as fuck, so, I mean, gracias a Dios, boom, me and my co-defendants, fuck that, we did that shit.
Now, I'm going to ask you one question. ¿Por qué andabas desmadroso when you know you had a deal?
Fool, I wasn't, dog. Like, it's grimy, dog. When I say grimy, those who know, dog, you know? It's a grimy ass world, fool. But I mean, pasa lo que pasa, you know?
Fuck it. What matters is what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
And to be able to say that you were in there facing forever and now being number one.
You feel me? ¿Qué más quiero? Gracias a Dios, you know?
That right there is the shit, my boy.
Yeah.
That shit right there is my shit. Now that you're out, now that you're doing big numbers, has he reached out to you? Do you reach out to him? Do you speak?
Yeah, I just spoken to him like a couple months ago and shit, you know? I was supposed to go out there, but I just got busy. I went on a vacay and all that shit, you know what I mean? And then the whole fam bam situation. So it was more like, I gotta situate my situations, you know what I mean?
Facts. So you don't need a deal right now. You don't want a deal. You're doing well.